Imagine a farm, nestled deep in the Bavarian countryside, isolated yet serene. One cold winter night in 1922, the silence was shattered by an act so brutal it remains unsolved to this day. 6 lives were taken, yet the truth never uncovered. This is the haunting mystery of the Hinterkaifeck Farm Murders. And mysterious Hinterkaifeck, a small farmstead, lay hidden between the towns of Ingolstadt and Schrobenhausen. Its remoteness was both its charm and its curse. The family who lived there, the Grubers, were known for keeping to themselves. Andreas, the stern patriarch, Cecilia, his wife, their widowed daughter Victoria, and her 2 children Cecilia and Josef. They shared their home with a maid, Maria Baumgartner. Yet, beneath this veneer of normalcy lurked a darkness and foreboding. It began with strange occurrences, noises in the attic, footprints in the snow leading to the farm but not away from it. Andreas dismissed these as figments of imagination, but fear has a way of creeping in. The farm's previous maid had quit, claiming the place was haunted. Her replacement, Maria Baumgartner, arrived the day before the murders. Her fate sealed and unsettling. On March 31st, 1922, neighbors noticed the farm had grown silent. The family missed church, the children absent from school. Days passed, unease grew. When help finally arrived, the sight was unimaginable. In the barn, 4 bodies, Andreas, Cecilia, Victoria, and little Cecilia, brutally slain and covered in hay. Inside the house, Maria and Josef lay dead and chilling. The local police were baffled. The brutality of the murder suggested a personal vendetta, yet no enemies surfaced. The crime scene told a story of calculated malice. A mattock was the weapon, an instrument of labor turned into a tool of death. The killer had stayed at the farm after the murders, feeding livestock and eating meals, a chilling normalcy amidst chaos. An ominous suspicion fell on family and acquaintances. Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbor, was one of the first on the scene. His actions raised eyebrows. Calm and composed, he moved the bodies too familiar, too comfortable. Yet no evidence tied him to the crime. Investigators turned to Victoria's rumored affair with Lorenz, whispers of an illegitimate child, a motive for murder perhaps, and tense. The investigation expanded. Theories abounded: a vengeful lover, a jealous rival, a random drifter, but each led to dead ends. Andreas was said to be abusive, perhaps someone sought revenge, or was it a robbery gone wrong? Yet valuables were untouched. Theories spiraled, yet none fit the puzzle, and perplexing. One startling revelation was the discovery of a family secret: incest. The relationship between Andreas and Victoria was more than paternal. Could this dark secret have been the catalyst for their demise? The community whispered, but whispers do not solve crimes. Investigators faced a wall of silence and superstition and unsettling. Over time, the case grew cold. The farmhouse was demolished a year later, leaving behind only memories and ghosts. But the questions lingered. Why was the killer never found? How could such brutality go unseen, unnoticed? The Hinterkaifeck murders became a legend, a cautionary tale of isolation and evil, and reflective. Let's revisit the theories. Lorenz Schlittenbauer was scrutinized, yet his alibi held. His knowledge of the farm was intimate, but no motive was substantiated. Another theory pointed to Carl Gabriel, Victoria's deceased husband, rumored to have faked his death. A ghost returning for revenge? Fascinating, but far-fetched and speculative. Some claimed it was a deranged drifter. The farm's location along a trade route made it vulnerable, but the meticulous nature of the crime suggested familiarity, not randomness. The killer knew the landscape, the routines, the secrets. A stranger couldn't know so much, or could they? And contemplative evidence, or lack thereof, plagued the investigation. The crime scene was contaminated, the trail cold. Forensics of the day were rudimentary at best: fingerprints, DNA, tools of the future. In 1922, investigators relied on intuition, deduction, and luck. But fortune did not favor them, and somber witnesses were scarce. The Grubers were reclusive, the community tight-knit, bound by silence. Fear stymied truth. Could you accuse your neighbor, your friend? The killer might have sat beside you in church, shared a drink at the tavern. An eerie thought, isn't it? And contemplative. Over the decades, new theories emerged. each more fantastical than the last. Paranormal explanations flourished, ghosts and demons fanciful, yet comforting in their way. For if the killer was not human, perhaps the crime was not senseless after all. But reality rarely indulges such notions, and reflective. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of Germany's most intriguing unsolved cases. Historians, detectives, and enthusiasts continue to probe the mystery. Yet the truth eludes. A century later, the farm is gone, but the story endures, a testament to the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places and somber. And so we ponder, what drives a person to such madness? To obliterate an entire family? The answers lie buried with the victims, obscured by time and fear. But the human obsession with mystery ensures the Hinterkaifeck case lives on, a cold case that refuses to fade and haunting. To this day, the Hinterkaifeck murders provoke more questions than answers, a story of isolation, secrecy, and unspeakable horror, a reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness in human hearts. In the end, perhaps the Hinterkaifeck mystery is unsolvable, a puzzle left to the shadows and contemplative. What do you think happened on that fateful night? Could the truth ever be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and join us as we continue to explore history's darkest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious and mysterious.